Welcome back to Boruto, Anime Review Episode 217. This I'm reviewing the 217th episode of the anime, Decision. Here's the strange thing I thought was really interesting about this episode. Now, I watched all the previous 216 episodes. This is by far the first episode that did this. We had the title of the episode presented in the episode at the very end of the episode, just before they hit the closing credits. Which, that is so surprising, because all the previous 216 episodes never did that. Usually they put the title of the episode along with the Japanese characters. They usually put that just after the credits roll. Yes, after the opening credits put in, then they put the actual title of the episode. This episode, they wait to the very end, which is unusual, but it's okay. As long as we're not doing this every episode, it's perfectly fine. Now, this episode does adapt from the entirety of Chapter 52 and goes from pages 2 to 24 of chapter number 53. Yep, about half a chapter. Well, actually, it's more like most of it, except for like the last 17 pages. I'm sure they're going to finish it next week. We pick off from last week where Naruto is starting his big epic brawl with Isshin, which actually is extended extensively for the anime. This battle lasts for the first 10 minutes of the episode. I'm like, damn. And he's throwing like everything at him. Basically, he's throwing like a Rasengan, beating the crap out of him. And throughout the course of the battle, it's revealed that Isshin, thanks to his fight with Naruto in the binary mode, which they actually didn't find it in this episode. And of course, Boruto's informed by Kurama that about the limited time scale, the drawbacks basically also can cut in under life force. That's pretty much how it's explained here, and that's presented in the manga. And of course, it's revealed there's actually some drawbacks to it. And also in the case of Isshin, where it's revealed for him that he had about 20 hours left to go for his life, and then thanks to his extensive battle with Naruto, he apparently has been down to about less than an hour, which is something. And then of course thanks to the drawbacks, and then he of course has to stop him, and we cut to Kawanaki, and this is actually a change. Yes, because in the manga, it wasn't really clear exactly what Kawanaki was looking at when he was looking at his arm. Because Amanda was never informed prior to this episode that Naruto gave, that basically he planted his own chakra into a particular arm so he could use it. Armando himself never knew about this at all. This actually was new. I'm sure he'd probably seen the artificial limb. He did not know the factoid about Naruto sharing his chakra with him. And then, here's something interesting though. The way the thing identifies that there's something wrong with Naruto is that the lights and the thing starts blinking. Because in the manga, it just looks like it's just glowing, and then basically there's like this little energy around it, and when it starts to go down, that's something is wrong. In the anime, they change it to the little lights that basically on the arm itself, along with the hand, they start blinking. That tells Kawanaki something is wrong. And this, by far, I don't think was ever explained. Like, maybe it's due to the fact that he was a vessel. He gets transported. Yes, transported right to Isshin. And Isshin is like, oh, hi, Kawanaki. And of course, Kawanaki is told to run away. Yes, seriously, he's told to run away. And of course, he runs, but he's later found by Isshin. Then, of course, he gets trapped by Isshin near some rocks, like this cliff face. This is where some changes throw in, where they actually show the actual switcheroo of switching Kawanaki for Sasuke in the episode. But here's actually a big change, because there is sort of a grenade thrown off there, basically a smoke bomb, that temporarily blinds Isshin. You see, in the manga, it was already on the ground, but it wasn't exploded yet, and Sasuke told Kawanaki to throw on the ground to basically let it up. In the anime, Sasuke had the damn thing and he was one fired it off, and he revealed via basically his own dialogue about the fact that this is actually mineral dust that were blinded for a few minutes. And it goes up in the air. Now, here's actually another change they made to this episode, where they actually added this in here, where Ishin is drawing a bunch of chakra rods, just like he also does in Naruto as well, which is something he did not do at all in the manga. Throw chakra rods. Here, he's drawing a lot of them. And then he looks around, can't find Kawanaki, to decide to draw him out via stomping on Naruto. Then we have a flashback of him, like, counting down while he's trying to hide. Now, I should point out, that in the manga, there's actually a couple moments of this, but in the anime, this whole flashback is actually extended, where they actually added stuff. Like, him hiding in his room, like in a wardrobe, where he was drawn out due to the fact that Joggin wanted to knock off this beaker, this chemical beaker, which is full of water, by the way, and a goldfish. He was trying to knock it on the floor. And again, the count came out of hiding. He eventually caught it, and then, like, he ran again, and he hid. And constantly he'd be punished by Joggin for being weak and empty. This was shown as flashback, and this is another thing added here, where you see Joggin, where he's tormenting him via a vision, and then you have Naruto, yes, Naruto, we see him telling his kind words, even showing an image of him hugging him, which that image was actually added to the anime, and after stomping on him multiple times. By the way, Boruto, despite being shielded by Naruto, like, he stays down the whole episode. They actually got the bit where Boruto's eye opens up and his eye is different. Yeah, they didn't show it here. Probably, and my guess is they're probably saying that for next week's episode. That's my personal guess. Probably as a surprise. Then, of course, the episode end with Kawanaki moving his arm, the official arm, anyways, and first on the ground, then picking up, but just holding his regular arm, and he had the episode end him confronting Ishin on top of a rock. Great ending to the episode. Though I at least gotta fault the episode for this, and this actually is the fault of the manga too, where you have Kawanaki being transported to Ishin. This is not actually explained. Now you might think, is it Boruto responsible for this? No, it's not specifically revealed of how the heck he was able to transport. He doesn't have the Kurama anymore. So why, like, how in the world this happened? Well, it's due to some karma, and Ishin was not responsible for it. Yeah, because he would have to go through himself to this portal in order to use it. And it clearly could not have been Sasuke who did it, and Boruto's nearly unconscious, so how the heck this happened? Not actually explained. But aside from that, damn good episode, and I can't wait for next week. Yep. In case you're probably curious, though, anything I don't like with the episode is the teleportation thing. That's something that the episode didn't explain. But this was a damn good episode. I like the additions they made to it, which made perfect sense to do. I think a highlight of the episode is the fight between Naruto in fire mode versus, well, versus Ishin. This actually was the highlight episode, and it took up a good chunk of about half the episode took up this fight. Yep. Oh yeah, by the way, while Kawanki's being transported, Shikamaru tried to help out, but he couldn't. Now, this is true of the manga. He did not go there. So, now we have to wait next week to continue this particular story. Okay, so that's a particular view. I might have time to do one more. I'm going to do a Comic Corner next, definitely. And I'm definitely going to go back to Super Sentai. Probably do it tonight. Yeah, but I probably won't get a chance to recover. At least I'll go back to it tonight. Finally. First time in over a week I've watched any Super Sentai. Okay? But next, the Comic Corner. Okay? Next video. Bye.